A surreal moment meant to strike fear into the hearts of those running for office, just as America goes to the polls. An intruder breaking into the San Francisco residence of U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi early on Friday and striking her 82-year-old husband with a hammer.
This was not a random act. This was intentional. And it's wrong.
The apparent target, Paul's wife, Nancy Pelosi, who was in Washington, D.C. at the time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, my gosh.
The suspects reported cries of, "Where's Nancy?" an echo of the calls heard on January 6th by the insurrectionist mob which stormed the Capitol in an attempt to overthrow the 2020 presidential election result. Almost 2 years on, in a bid to keep control of the building where that riot took place, Democrats are launching their own offensive, a last-ditch effort to swing voters in tight Senate races like Georgia, where former President Barack Obama took to the stage, lambasting Republican candidate Herschel Walker, who's climbing in the polls against opponent Raphael Warnock, despite being dogged by allegations of paying for a woman's abortion whilst campaigning on a pro-life platform.
Oh, God, I love Philly.
Joe Biden, meanwhile, who voted this weekend in his state of Delaware, ended his whistle-stop tour in Pennsylvania, a state which could decide the balance of power in Congress. There, John Fetterman, still recovering from a stroke, is tied neck and neck with Trump-endorsed Mehmet Oz. This is the contest in which everything is at stake, claims the president, pointing to the attack on the Pelosi family home.
There's too much violence, political violence, too much hatred, too much vitriol. And what makes us think that one party can talk about stolen elections, COVID being a hoax, there's all a bunch of lies, and it not affect people who may not be so well balanced? What makes us think that it's not going to corrode the political climate?
Words that will reverberate as another former president, Donald Trump, also on a trip to Pennsylvania, continues to peddle the false narrative of a rigged election, sentiments referenced in social media postings by the suspect in the Pelosi attack. The fear that even after the midterms, elected lawmakers could further inspire those mistruths and incite more division, posing a serious threat to American democracy and the safety of their colleagues. Benji, Hyer, CGTN, Washington, D.C.